guess I was 3 or 4 years old. And this was back when we were living in Southern California in Manhattan Beach. And anytime my mom and I were walking around the neighborhood and we had to cross the street, she would, as you would expect, reach down to hold my hand. And every time she did, I would look up at her and then defiantly hold my own hand and say, "By yourself." And then I would march across the road on my own. By yourself, by myself. And over the years, this became, well, more than a habit, but almost a character trait of mine. Through my adolescence, through my military career, through my business career, and honestly, in virtually every area of my life, it was by myself. I felt like I needed to get things done if I wanted to see them get done. And though I didn't see it at the time, there's two real problems with this mentality. One is the fact that it's not true. You are not the one getting things done. And two, it's a trap. Because it binds you to a way of efforting and struggling and working in the world that doesn't work. This is why in Scripture we are reminded, "I of my own self can do nothing." Or in the Bhagavad Gita, the forces of nature do all that is done. It is only through the delusion of the ego that one thinks I am the doer. So this habit of mine that I convinced myself was a strength, and it actually looked like a strength because people appreciated me for it. People actually hired me because of it. Turned out to be one of my greatest weaknesses. Because as I scurried around through my life, trying to create business success and financial success and relational success, the whole time I'm completely focused on the material world and completely ignorant of my true power to create, which doesn't come through effort and action. It comes through the mind. In some traditions, they would say through imagination, through mental conception. The mind is the source of all things, it's said in Scripture. And so as I built my life around being the one to get things done, I exhausted myself with ineffective effort, getting really not much of what I really wanted out of my life. And it wasn't until I stopped, I took a breath, and began to look at what was really going on. And here's what I saw. That there was a much greater connection between the thoughts that I was holding, the truths that I held to be fact in my mind, and my results, than my effort and my results. And quite often, I would be working diligently towards a goal, holding the thought of doubt as to it becoming a reality, or being focused on the obstacles and the problems associated with getting to that goal, and end up creating more problems and obstacles. But things really shifted for me when I began to, take a different tack. Instead of by yourself and relying on my own effort, I began to see the truth of the fact that there are unseen forces, whether you call that creative intelligence or God or source or Brahman, that really are right now ready, willing, and able to assist us to create whatever it is we want. But the first step is we need to acknowledge that they exist. And when I'm living in this mentality, and when any of us are living in this mentality of by yourself, of by myself, I of my own self can do everything, that mentality has us ignoring the forces that are at our disposal. And those forces, by the way, are the actual forces that do the creating. It's not us. It's not my mind, it's the divine mind that actually does the creating. My role, and your role, is to direct those greater unseen forces as to what to create. But so long as you remain under the spell, as I did for so many years, that I am the doer and I need to get this done by myself and I need to carry the weight and the burden, you will more than likely be ignoring the actual process through which things arise and abandoning your natural role as the director of those forces. So if you'd like to learn more about this kind of thing, this is what we're all about here at this channel. Down below in the description, there's a link to more resources. And of course, more coming soon in a video next week. So until then, go have some fun.